guys, welcome everyone to the Drip Geeb Podcast. I'm your host, Uncle Geeb, and with me is host Drip Media Gaming. We are currently recording this podcast live over on youtube.com/Drip Geeb. Not Drip and Geeb yet. Drip and Geeb. If you want to check out that live stream, make sure to head over to every Friday at 9:30 Eastern, although this week is different. This week will be Geeb Night tonight on my Twitch. But make sure if you want to check these live streams out, go to youtube.com/Drip Media Gaming every 9:30 Eastern time. If you want to check out the audio version of this podcast, make sure to search Drip and Geeb anywhere you can find a podcast. And with that being said, what is up, Mr. Drip Media Gaming? How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. I feel a little bit rejuvenated. I took some days off. Like, we didn't have a podcast last week. We did, but we didn't have one on Friday. I didn't put a video up till yesterday from Tuesday, from the day of the Direct, the E3 Direct. I didn't put another video up. I needed that. So yeah. I'm feeling good. Those 2 days that I took, I think I recorded Wednesday, the new videos that are coming up, the ones that went up yesterday. But Monday and Tuesday, I didn't do anything. I just chilled. Needed it really bad. But Sunday, my dryer broke. Dude, that has been the most terrible thing ever to happen, man. It's so bad when you don't have a dryer. Like, when you're just so used to having, washer, dryer right there, no big deal. When you don't have that, when it's just taken away from you, it's bad, man. It's been I just now finally got all the laundry that's piled up, the towels, all the stuff that I've been waiting. It's all done. It's back to normal. But
yeah.
Other than that, yeah, I took a break. I needed the break, man. I just needed the break. Go ahead.
I don't mean to one up you here, but a few weeks ago, actually at this point it's been a few months, I may or may not have mentioned to you that my washing machine broke. And you
did not mention that.
It still washes, okay? It still washes. The problem is it does not spin any longer. So it does not get the water out of the clothes after it is finished washing the clothes.
Oh my God.
So my dummy self, who there's a laundromat 10 minutes away, my frugal and dummy self is like, I'm not doing that. I don't want to go to laundromat. I refuse. So I'm washing the clothes. And then if you see the gun show, it's because I've been hand wringing clothes for a month or more.
Dude.
Every load.
Listen to me.
Listen
to me. We're gonna fix this. You and we're gonna I don't know if you know this, but your boy can fix just about anything.
Okay.
You know how many times I've fixed this dryer?
Mm-hmm.
In 10 years? 3 different times. I've replaced the heating element. I've replaced the belt now. What else happened to it? I don't know. Some other stuff happened to it. You know how many times I've worked on my air conditioning system in this house? I've lived here 10 years. Like, I replaced capacitors.
Yeah.
I've done all kinds of stuff. Well, I don't call for help. I call YouTube.
This is how I know it's bad, because we called our repair guy who's repaired this washing machine multiple times, and we told him the issue, and he said, buy a new one. The repair guy who we pay to fix it said, buy a new one.
What did he say was wrong with it, though?
I don't know.
No way, man. No way.
That's why I tend to trust him, because he said the guy who we pay to fix it said, I'm not fixing it. You buy a new one, because it's not worth it.
He's lazy. He's lazy.
He might be. Who knows? Or he's scared of COVID. Either one.
Yeah. We'll deal with it. We'll deal with this later. We don't need to stay too long on this here.
That's
but I'll tell you this.
Share.
You and I are getting on a FaceTime call, and I am going to fix your washer. You can just go ahead. You can thank me in advance. No
okay.
problem.
I have a few ideas what's wrong with it, because I feel like he didn't assess it correctly when we told him. But anyway, we will get to that off camera. As far as what beer is anything special this week? The beer of the week? I do not have beer of the week.
I do have a special beer of the week. I was trying to finish this one before I popped it open. It's not that special because this is kind of a last minute live thing, and usually we don't do the beer of the week when we're not live. But okay, I can sacrifice this Busch Light, even though I shouldn't. I do have one special beer, and it's not even really that special, but it is different. So I decided to go ahead and grab it out, and we'll use that for the beer of the week. It is a Leinenkugel's Summer Shandy. Oh. And now, this is not a new thing that I've never had. It's a very good thing, and it's summer, and I don't know how hot it is where you are, but the next 3 days here, it's 90 degrees, and this stuff's amazing. It's like a lemon wheat beer. It is absolutely fantastic.
That sounds great, man. It's not too hot over here. It was hot like a couple weeks ago, but now it's just we haven't seen the sun in about a week, and we're not going to see it for another week because it's basically Seattle here. It's just cloudy and like thunderstorms for like the next week. I thought you were about to
go into a Kid Rock song for a second there. I ain't seen 3 damn days.
No, we're not going there. But yeah, it's going to be very cloudy.
Okay, well, so beer of the week's quick this week. It is great. It is if anybody who's listening or watching this has never had a Leinenkugel Summer Shandy, it is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, got my Corona, just chilling.
Corona's good
living
too.
That high life
on a nice hot day.
Yeah. Oh, I love it all the time.
I'll tell you what I'm waiting on, though. Which I'm super excited about, and I wanted to make it today's beer of the week, but it's not out yet. The advertisements have started, but it's not here yet. I actually called the distributor to see what the deal was with it and when it was actually going to be here. But Busch Light Apple is back. It is back.
And I saw you post that in Discord.
If you haven't had it, I mean, let me tell you something right now. It is an absolute treat. It is a treat.
Is it a seltzer?
Yeah. No, it's just an apple beer. It's very good.
Why not?
It's very good. Yeah. It's not too overpowering. It's nice and crisp. It's like a nice crisp red apple. It's good.
That sounds delicious, dude.
It's good. Yeah, it's not bad at all. It's probably my favorite. And they only sell it for like a month, if that. Last time it was out, man, they put it out and it was like you couldn't find it. They put it out, it was gone in 2 days, and it just never came back. It was crazy. It was very popular. But so yeah, chances are pretty good that my beer of the week next week will be Busch Apple.
That's awesome.
I'd say that's a 95% chance there. But that's enough about the beer. Mm-hmm. Let's do this. Let's go ahead and let's touch on some of the Zelda stuff real quick that we didn't get to last week since we didn't do the podcast. Now, we've talked a ton about the trailer, the Breath of the Wild 2 trailer.
Yeah.
And I mean, if we have a few other things we want to talk about with that, I mean, I did just put out a video on some things in the trailer yesterday. If anybody hasn't seen it, you can go check that out. But if you wanted to talk about some of that stuff, some new stuff, if you had anything else you wanted to say but that we didn't talk about then, I think we can go over some of that. But other than that, we have we got some other things we could talk about that we didn't get to cover from the Direct.
That's right. I mean, let's go the fun route first. The thing that I've already pre-ordered, the thing that is a physical thing that you get to hold in your hand and play with, and that's going to be the
whoa. That's a hell of a soundbite there. Whoa.
That's going to be this thing right here, the Nintendo Game & Watch. Legend of Zelda.
Yeah, for you audio listeners, it's not what you think it is. It's a Game & Watch.
Game & Watch. It's a thing that you hold in your hands and you play with.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
But for real, I absolutely love this. I really, really, really like this. And, I've mentioned this in several videos that a Game & Watch was something that I thought was very possible. Clearly, that's all we're getting. As of now, that we know of is the Game & Watch. I'm not done with that yet either, though. That's for another time. We're not going to talk about that here.
Okay.
I think this whole nothing else planned is a bunch of baloney, but we'll see.
Yeah, I'm super excited for it. It just looks fantastic. It's green. It's got lime green. Got that gold
What's crazy?
Metal front plate. The screen is backlit and beautiful. I think ergonomics wise, it's gonna suck because it looks like it's gonna.
I can tell you right now it does because it's exactly the same way the Mario. It's literally the same shape as the Mario one, and the buttons and the D-pad are so close to the bottom. It's like it's very strange to hold.
Yeah.
this being the games that they are, though, Zelda, like, it's fine. It's going to be fine. It's going to be much better for Zelda than it is for Mario, I think. But what's really funny about this is even when I was talking about in videos, like, oh, this could come. Like, maybe we'll get one of these. Like, maybe we'll get a Game & Watch for Zelda. That they had a render of almost that exact same thing that somebody made. Somebody just made it because it's obviously, you know, that hasn't been a thing ever. Yeah. Someone made it, but it looks the render and that are the exact same. They're the exact same thing. I think maybe the start and select buttons are in different places, but other than that, it's literally like they took the shell of the Mario one and started, you know, casting it in green instead of red plastic.
Yeah,
that's literally what they did.
Was the Mario one also gold on the front?
Yes.
So easy pickings there for that dude. He was like, yeah, of course it's gonna be gold in the front still. Buttons are gonna be the same. They're not gonna change the design very much.
I left it at the studio, or I'd show you. But yeah, it's literally the same. I'm excited about it. Me too. What's weird is I play the Mario one a lot. It's so weird because you know why I play it? It's because they put so many quality of life things in the Mario game itself. And it's not like, oh, I died. Let's start back from the beginning. Not only can you just turn it off and it saves right where you're at, you can also put a little code in. You like hold B and start for like 3 seconds, and you just have infinite lives. Like you never get a game over. So you can just progress through the game and just keep going and going and going, and you don't have to like start over. Yeah. That's made me want to pick it up. Like when I'm sitting at my desk, like, you know, if something's rendering or doing something, I'll pick that up and just, you know, get through a level, and I'm deep in the game now. I'm to the point now where it's like the levels are hard, so it's like it's actually you know what I mean. But
yeah,
I've really enjoyed playing it, and that one had the original Mario, and then it had the Lost levels, which is just like really really hard Mario levels, like extremely hard Mario levels.
Right.
They weren't released in the United States. I think they were only released in Japan, but they're hard. They're very hard. I don't even go there. That's not for me. But this one, and this is what I want to talk about, because this has been a point of conversation, at least in our Discord. I don't know about elsewhere, but I know in our Discord, a lot of people are not very happy with the game selection. So we have, obviously, the original Zelda. Then we have Zelda 2. And then we have Link's Awakening, which I believe is the original version of Link's Awakening. I could be wrong about that. Maybe it is. It's not the DX version, I don't think. And then there's the game. I don't know what that is, which is fine. You know, the other one had ball on it, which was Mario doing the ball thing.
Right. This is just another variation of the Game & Watch game with Link.
Yeah, it's a different Game & Watch game. It's some other one. Yeah, I forget what it's called.
Whack-a-mole.
Pretty much. That's pretty much what it is. Now, I don't know. I want to hear your opinion on the games.
So, from my opinion, is as you know, I'm really new with the Zelda franchise in general. So, I've not really dived very deep into any of these games besides the remake of Link's Awakening, which this is the original Link's Awakening. But I mean, I'm not upset with it at all because I'm not a diehard fanboy, if you will. And it's like I also had no expectations. That's the biggest thing. I had pretty much no expectations, and that's, you know, as far I'm like 4 games, sweet. Zelda 2, I'm gonna try to stream that if I can because I know it's your favorite game. I think I'll just have phone cam.
Oh yeah,
on my Game & Watch and play. I'm not joking either. I might do that, and I'm gonna have lots of fun with this thing. I'm gonna get my use out of it. Like I said, I might even try to stream it, and that's gonna be fun. But yeah, I mean, I think it's fine. 4 games, $50, a collector's item. It comes in a very nice.
It's a collector's. That's what it is, man.
Very nice
it's a collector's
looking box. Item. If you remember the Switch Lite packaging, that thing was garbage. It was just like literal garbage. You throw it out after you're done with it. This is like very nice.
Yeah,
packaging.
It's got nice packaging. The Mario one had really nice packaging too. I still have the packaging for the Mario one.
Yeah, no complaints here. No complaints for me.
Yeah, for me. Okay, for me. They literally said it is to mark the 35th anniversary. So obviously it's the 35th anniversary of the original game, not any other game, the original game. So clearly that one is on there. Like, that's it. That one has to be on there. That's the whole point of the damn thing even existing, clearly. The other choices they made, I just feel like, man, they could have gone so many different ways. It could have been, man, you could have taken both those other games off and put the Oracle games on, and it probably would have been amazing. Yeah. Now there's other anything that was on the Game Boy Advanced with 2 buttons could be on there, really.
Yep.
I mean, the Game Boy Advance, did it have shoulder buttons?
It did. The Game Boy Advance did, yes. Even the original one.
I'm not sure if any of those games even used the shoulder buttons. Either of those ones, at least.
I wouldn't know.
And even if they did, like, pop them on the thing. Who cares? Give the Game & Watch a couple little tiny shoulder buttons.
Could have been easy.
Who cares? It would have been very easy. I feel like Zelda 2 is an absolute miss. A huge miss. Nobody cares about Zelda 2. I know there are some people out there like, I like Zelda 2. It's one of my favorite Zelda games. But it's not good. It's not fun. And everyone's like, "Oh yeah, you don't like it cuz it's hard." Yeah. It's hard because it's not a very well-built game in my opinion. I don't think I don't think the mechanics work very well with it's just really clunky to me. I don't know. I don't like it. Yeah. So I mean, anything with two buttons. Any of the Zelda games. So anything from Advanced, any of the other Game Boy Color, whatever. I mean, I guess that's it. Game Boy Color, and then Game Boy Advanced were the 2-button things. I don't remember. Did the original DS have 2 buttons? It had more than that, didn't it?
The original Advance?
It doesn't even... No. The original DS. I don't remember. I don't care. It doesn't matter. You don't have to go that far. There's enough to pick from right there that they could have had better games. The problem with Zelda 2 is it's just not good. Putting Link's Awakening on this again after you've just remade the game, I understand, but at the same time, it's like, can't you just do something new? Give us something different to play instead of the same thing again, but old? Like, they put it on there because they just remastered it. Clearly, because it's fresh in people's minds, and like the people who don't know Zelda, who only know, Breath of the Wild, are like, oh yeah, I know that one. That one was there too. I know that. So that's exactly why they put it on there. Which is, I understand it, but I think they could have made, better choices. I did pre-order it though.
I don't. Important detail. I don't necessarily disagree with you. I think they could have made better choices. There's lots of games that I can't get my hands on right now because they're on eBay and they're scalped and it's crazy. But, I'm happy with what we got. I'm not going to play a whole bunch of games on. I am, but I'm not buying it for the games.
I will honestly, I'll tell you what I will do. I will probably run through Zelda, the original Zelda. I'll probably play the game on that. I'll probably run through the game on that.
Yeah.
I seem to be running through the Mario game slowly. Yeah. I seem to be running through the original Mario on this, which, like I said, the quality of life stuff's nice. And there's actually some little, like, it looked like they're saying that they're like mini games on the clock too.
Yeah, I did see that. I'm not. Who cares? I mean,
yeah. I mean, well, the other one didn't have that. It was just like the minute turn, and like Mario would come and like.
Well, yeah, they didn't give us Wind Waker and Twilight Princess because there's mini games on the clock on the Game & Watch. I mean, that's exactly why.
There's 2 more games. You don't need Wind Waker or Twilight Princess.
What do you want?
You got 2 awesome mini games right there. That's all you need. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I think it's cool. I'm down with it. I can't wait.
Yeah, and we got more Zelda news that we also did not cover last
one more thing though. This is an important thing we need to mention. It's not limited. I don't know if you realize that.
Oh, okay.
This doesn't go away. It's just it just is what it is. The Mario one was cut off with the 35th anniversary.
It will still be valuable like 30 years from now. But even the ones that are old, like what do people sell them for? Like $200?
Oh my god! Have you seen the Zelda one, the clamshell Zelda one? It goes on eBay for like $400 or $500.
I mean that seems a bit different, but I mean, I don't know. We're not going to get into like how valuable it's going to be. That's not really why you're buying it. You're buying it because you love Zelda.
Yeah, exactly. 100%.
It's going on my shelf and I love it. Actually, I might even just try to hang it up in this empty spot right here on my set. Who knows?
Yeah, just the box.
Try.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah. So, okay, speaking of Zelda and more news, before we get into the main topics of today, we did have two more things the big one, we'll save that. The big Zelda thing we'll save because we've already talked about it ad nauseum. It is the Hyrule Warriors DLC came out. Have you experienced this DLC yet?
I haven't even experienced. I saw you playing some of it, but as I was watching, I was driving to and from the studio, and for some reason, if I'm not on a Wi-Fi connection and I'm trying to watch your stream, most of the time I get a black screen. But I did get to see you use the Guardian on. I did get to see you use the weapons once. And I was like, man, that is sick. That looks so cool.
Yeah, man.
Other than that, I haven't got to see hardly any of it.
It's really not. It's more of the same. It's really more of the same of the game. It's more of the same. The DLC, I can't say it enough. It's more of the same. Now there is a couple new items. We have a couple new items, which is
have you checked out the bike?
You have to work your way to it. So there's a menu system. They give you a new menu system. That's how I got the weapons. You have to, how in the normal game you have to collect 35 apples and then you get an upgrade. Link gets a new heart or something. Now there's a whole new menu just like that it wants all a bunch of different items. In fact, they introduced new items and new trophies. You get like Bokoblin trophies. Now there's other they're like research papers or something because Purah and Robbie are like they're voice acting in this menu, the special menu for the DLC. They're like voice acting, talking to you, walking you through what to do. And yeah, like I said, there's like new items and stuff. And yeah, you have to unlock these items. And then you get to after you unlock them after playing a certain amount of time and collecting so many things. You have the weapons. You got the nunchuck things. Then you got the bike, which is coming soon. I mean, I think I need to probably play another 5-10 hours to get the bike. But
really? That much? Holy crap.
I have no idea. I'm guessing.
Okay, I have a question.
That was a guess. Don't take that number seriously.
Is there any more story? Is there any more
you
story? You
worked your way to it. So I've only gotten so far. I will report back because I'm not spoiling it for myself. I'm just going to naturally play it. I will report back on the podcast when I finally get to a point if there's more story. I really hope there's more story.
I demand it. I demand it. I don't want to play it if there's no more story. That's why I stopped playing. I'm like I've said it several times. I'm fine with this gameplay because I know what I'm getting. I know what I'm getting in between the gameplay. And I don't mind the gameplay that much. I like the different characters. I like where it's set, so it works for me. But the story is very important with this game to me. It's very, very important. If there's no more story, I don't really have any reason to get this DLC. I need more story.
You haven't bought it
definitely
yet.
Report back. No, I haven't even bought it. I didn't pre-order it. I haven't even bought it yet.
I've learned to love the gameplay more as I've played. I have about 70 hours played so far. Abby puts me to shame. She has about 100.
Wow.
She loves it. I'm like, girl, you should buy Persona Striker 5 because apparently it's like a Hyrule Warriors style or a Warriors style gameplay as well.
So only some people say it's better.
Yeah, I saw it at Walmart. Warriors. I saw it at Walmart. I was buying games that I bought today. I saw that. I'm like, should I? Nah. No. But yeah, I mean, I've learned to love the gameplay even more, and I'm having lots of fun with it. And I don't know. I really can't complain with the game besides the frame rates. And I have something to say. Speaking of frame rates, this is complete speculation. It could, and I noticed it. I noticed something while I was playing DLC. In one of the DLC maps that it gives you, they pop up just like they normally do. I got in there and I noticed, I'm not going to get into too much detail because I could explain this for 10 minutes, but basically what happened was I believe that they have reduced, let's just say particles, like enemy attacks. You know how when you press the A button and you go into that animation?
Yeah.
And if there's too many characters around, that's a big slowdown.
Yeah, that's where it loses it. Yeah.
I think that they're reduced in the DLC levels specifically. They've reduced some of the particles and some of the attacks when you press the A button or when you get a weak attack. And I think it's on purpose because I saw a line on the back when I pressed the A button. I saw a line on the background that was shooting fire. No fire was coming out. I'm like, that seems a little bit weird. I feel like the fire usually comes out, and I think it's to save.
They're trying to cut. Yeah, because it needs it. It needs it bad. It needs help.
Yeah.
That's one of the, well, not one of the worst offenders, but it's one of the more notable, especially a game with a Nintendo IP involved.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a Nintendo game, but like, man, the frame rate issues with that game are bad, but it's so good. It's still so good. So you've been playing that this week. Like I said, took half the week off. The only thing other than today that I've played, Twilight Princess, streaming that, as you know. That's like it, man. I haven't touched my Switch until last night. I can't even remember who it was. Maybe it was Megaboyd. Somebody said that somebody was streaming Mario Golf last night when I got done streaming. I was like, oh, really? Is that so? So I picked up my Switch and it was already downloaded. I was like, let's give it a shot. And it worked. So there it was. I was playing Mario Golf, which I gotta admit, it's pretty cool. I'm liking it a lot.
Are we getting into the Mario Golf now?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, no.
Okay, what do you want to get into?
We're not yet. We're not yet. There's some more. We'll save Mario Golf because I that's the one I have a lot more to say about.
Mm-hmm.
There's two other things that came out today. One, obviously, Tony Hawk 1 and 2, the remakes, and the Monster Hunter Stories 2 demo.
That's right.
Those are two pretty popular things for Switch users, I would say.
For sure.
I literally, as we were setting this up, you saw my Monster Hunter Stories 2 demo just got done downloading.
Yes.
So I haven't touched it yet. You have, correct?
I have touched it, yes. And let me give you a little bit of my thoughts here with the Monster Hunter Stories 2. It is, and this is a good, I mean this in a good way. It is the same game as the old game, just everything is better about it. The story itself seems like it's better. And by the way, just a disclaimer, I've only played about 2 hours of the original game, so I'm still working on that. But yeah, so I played about an hour of this demo, and the story is really, really good. The art style is the same, better.
But better. Yeah.
The graphics.
It looks really, really good. Yeah, just the trailer and stuff that I've seen.
Yeah.
It looks fantastic.
Yeah. Here's one big thing about this game that is in my opinion, because this is a multi-platform release, correct? No, it's not.
I don't think so.
Okay, okay, I'm going to.
Maybe it is. I don't know. That's a good question. I'm not sure.
I thought it was when it was announced. I thought it was. Well, I'm going to go under the assumption that it is, and it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter. My point is, it's a miss on the Switch because the frame rate. Now, listen, we can talk about frame rates with any game on the Switch all day, but this one, I think everyone would have a problem with this. So I'm playing the demo, and especially the menus, you get up to 60 FPS in the menus for sure. You rock some parts of most of the time, you're rocking like. I shouldn't say most of the time because that's the thing. It's so sporadic. You can get as high as 60 and as low as below 20 at some points. Like no joke. You're running around some areas that have lots of intense stuff, and I felt like it was like 15 frames per second. It's
really,
but it would go up and it's fluctuating every second. So like if you averaged it out, I think it's about 30. If they took an average and on paper it's 30, but in reality it's like 15 to 60. And it's way too much variation. Way too much.
That sucks. I can't wait to check it out. I want to see that. I feel like this type of game, though, it's like, I don't know.
It didn't matter.
I don't know anything
I'll tell
about
you, it did not affect my experience. I'll tell you that much. I had fun.
Really?
But it was glaringly annoying. Like, why is it? Can you please lock it at 30? Just please.
Yeah. Well, and it is only the demo. That's something that can probably be fixed. I just saw this pop up. I wanted to make sure I said it. PlayStation Corner says it's exclusive to the Switch now, but it will eventually be on Windows.
Okay.
And the frame rate is awful. He also agrees.
It's not awful. it's fluctuating, and that is what's bad about it, because it gets to some of the parts of the game, it's like 50 FPS, and it's like, oh yeah, nice, that's great, it's fine, and then it goes down to like 35. You're like, okay, and then we're at 15, and then we're at 60 because we opened the menu. It's like, what is happening here?
So other than the frame rate, like where are you at on this?
Love
as
it.
far as
Love it.
Yeah,
love it. It's like I said, it's better. It's the mechanics are better than the first one. The graphics look better. The story is better. There's more there's dialogue, because the old game there barely was any dialogue, and now they're constantly talking to you. I love it. It's a rave review from Geeb.
Okay, well, it's downloaded. I'm definitely gonna check it out. A little worried about that frame rate though. We'll see. I mean, it's a demo. That's something that could probably be fixed. If it's just the frame rate and they need to maybe lock it somewhere and just keep it, again, I'm not a developer. I don't know. But that doesn't sound like a big deal. Like when I played Balan Wonderworld, that demo, like that's the type of game, it's so far gone. Like there wasn't anything that's going to fix that.
Yeah.
It was in the core of the game. Everything about the game, the mechanics, like everything was wrong. That's why that was bad.
Yeah.
Little things like frame rate like that, they might be able to fix. But I mean, you saw, Hyrule Warriors, we got a taste with the DLC too, and the frame rate was not good, which kind of prepared us for what we got.
Yeah.
But
I think if you take the DLC or the demo of Monster Hunter Stories 2 seriously, you can expect frustrating frame rates. That's how I would describe it. Frustrating frame rates.
All right.
It's not bad because it gets 60, and it's not good because it goes down to 15. Frustrating.
But it's like that style of game though. It doesn't really matter all that much. You know what I mean?
Play the demo first, but yeah, you're right.
It doesn't. I mean, it sucks that it's happening. Like, don't get me wrong. It's not an acceptable thing that I want to be happening in video games, but it's not like you have to have perfect timing and like things. You know what I mean? The frame rate's not the biggest. It's the story you're there for.
The game is so pretty though that I want it to run 60.
Yeah, I can understand that. That's.
I'd rather just run 30 all the time, which actually maybe it won't because it does dip down so low. Maybe that's why they didn't lock it at 30, because they'd be disappointing. Because they're like, oh, some parts of the game is 60. And when I say some parts, I mean like it can happen within a span of a minute. You could go to looking one direction, walking, and you're getting like 45. Look a different direction, now you're down to 20. And it's like that's frustrating. So maybe they didn't lock it to 30 because they were like, well, some parts are really good, some parts are really bad. Might as well just
so they're just like, yeah. Let's just say, look at these good ones. Don't look at these bad ones.
Exactly. Yeah, I think that might be what's going on here. But let's go ahead. Let's move on to the next exciting thing. And you just got finished playing this right before we got on the stream here.
Literally, yeah. I was waiting for it to download. I've decided every time I get a new game now, digital, I haven't got a memory card for my Monster Hunter Switch. So every time I get one, it's like, nope, you got to delete something. I was like, no, I'm taking the 400 gigabyte card out of the Switch Lite. I never use it. I'm putting it in here. That's it. So yes, I finally got Tony Hawk 1 and 2 downloaded. I have to say, I am so impressed with the way this looks on the Switch. Now, I have this on I played this on PS4 Pro too, and it looks really good. Like way better than it does on the Switch, clearly. Like I'm not going to sit here and try to say it's even comparable. It's not. But when I booted this thing up and played it, you were sitting here with me as I did it. Playing on this TV right here, you could see it. Like you could see it, right?
Yes.
Pretty well.
I could. And I watched, and actually, shout out, I watched Console Corner on Twitch last night. Stream that on Twitch. And it looked great.
It is absolutely. It is impressive what they've been able to do with this game on the Switch. It looks, I mean, and that's the thing. We don't need to sit here and talk about, oh, is it a good game? Like, what's this game? We know. The old games were good. These games have already been out on everything else. They're good. They play well. Everything is what you want it to be. They've done a lot of, quality of life upgrades. They put some of the stuff that was in 2 in 1. Like, I think, like, the manuals and stuff,
Yeah.
You couldn't do that in the first one originally, but now it's in this one. Or they put it in one, so you can actually do it in one. I think there's 2 different modes, too, where you can take it off, turn it off and on.
Okay.
I haven't got that far on this version of it yet. But it looked really good when I played. I played the first 2 levels, the warehouse and then the, what is it, like the school, the playground or whatever it is. And then, like I told you, I wanted to take it out of the dock for the test because I was like, it looks good on the TV. It looks good on the TV. And what do you know? What do you know, Geeb? It looks even better in handheld. It looks better in handheld. I mean, you can see where they've kind of like cut corners in the handheld, but like when you're looking at something on a like a 6.5-inch screen, it's like, dude, that looks really good. It runs really well. Everything about it, man, it's great. Like I'm so glad that I didn't spend a whole lot of time on this on the PlayStation because I got it and I think I played it like 3 times, maybe. I didn't get far at all. This is literally going to be that game when I'm just sitting around, I have a couple minutes to... This is it, man. Tony Hawk. We can go in, try to beat some high scores, collect some skate letters.
I can't wait to be on the toilet with my Switch Lite playing Tony Hawk. Like, I was the kid who loved his finger skateboards. And, like, the idea of... And I also played the crap out of this game.
Wait, well, hold on, man. They're not finger skateboards. They're tech decks.
Oh, dude, and do you remember? Okay, so there was like the character. There are some finger skateboards that had like characters. They magnetically attached to the skateboard. They're like little bean-looking guys.
Oh no, I didn't have any of those, man. I was talking about the.
You know what I'm talking about?
I've never seen them. I didn't even know it was a thing.
It was like, I'm a little younger than you, so maybe it came in after your time. But yeah, I mean, I was playing with finger skateboard, but then also there was another brand of finger skateboard that came with these guys, and it was you could just oh my god, that's my favorite. And then I would go home on my PlayStation 1 and play some Tony Hawk and Matt Hoffman BMX. Hello,
dude, that was a good one.
Loved it. That was actually, I like that way more than the Tony Hawk.
There was another one we played. There was another one we played on PlayStation 1, but you could rollerblade, bike, and skateboard. It was like, what was it called? God, it's right on the tip of my tongue. We had this conversation. I had this conversation with somebody else the other night. It was a while ago. Yeah. Where did we have this conversation at? I cannot remember the name of the game, but it was that was another one that was on PlayStation 1 that we played a lot. But yeah, man, it's great. The fact that it's handheld and the fact that it runs the way it does and looks the way it does. Now, again, it's not even anywhere close to even what the PlayStation 4 was. Not even close.
Yeah.
But it is 1,000% passable. And when it comes to ports to the Switch, like, dude, woo, it's good. It's a good port. It is a damn good port.
Yeah.
It looks
I went out today.
Fine to me.
I went out today and bought the physical copy. I was so excited, and I got it. I actually drove to the store not planning on buying it and convinced myself while going to the store that it was happening. So I came home with it, and I came home with, of course, Mario Golf, which we'll get to in a moment. But yeah, I cannot wait to pop it. I actually should have popped it in. I was going to play it before the stream when you were playing it, and I had a 25-minute download, so that was a bummer. I'll get to play that. Maybe tonight for Geeb Night. I can't do it on stream because I have to go through menus and stuff like that. But yeah, I'll get to it at some point. I can't wait.
Yeah. It's good. It's very good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's move on to Mario Golf because that's kind of going to take us into the rest of what we're going to talk about here.
Yeah.
How much have you played?
Like 25 minutes.
Okay, so you're just fresh today. I started last night. Like I said, someone was talking about somebody else playing it on stream, and I was like, oh, cool. So I was up. I did a lot of the tutorial stuff last night, which in the beginning of the game, you might as well go straight to the career mode or whatever it is, story mode. I don't know why they call it that. As far as I've seen so far, it's basically... It's a glorified tutorial, the entire thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just kind of like walking you through like the basics at first. Obviously, it walks you through like, here's how you shoot off the tee. Here's how you shoot off the greens. Here's how you putt. Here's how you put backspin on the ball. There's, just different, spin, curve the ball, all the stuff. It just teaches you all the stuff. And then after that, pretty much all it does is just go in and it kind of shows you after that just the different modes, and it kind of just works you up. Like the first thing you do in there is kind of like a watered down version of the what's the mode called where you all go at once? The crazy mode. What's it called?
Super Rush. No, that's the game called Speed Golf.
Yeah, Speed Golf. It's kind of like a it doesn't matter. Nothing matters except for I don't know. It's fine. It's fine. I think the story mode should not be called the story mode. I think they should have done something completely different with that and just maybe done the tutorials in a different way.
Right.
But once you get into the actual game, like when you go play the game, the golfing is fun. Like it's very arcadey golfing. It's not, it's no Tiger Woods or anything, but It's got a lot of little mechanics that make it, you can really place your shot if you know what you're doing. You know what I mean? Like you can, they give you all the, this is low, this is high, all the information you need to really make it work. And it seems like the physics, as far as all that goes, with putting up and downhill and on a slant and all that stuff, it seems like they've done a pretty good job with all that. I'm not here to brag, G, but I'm just gonna tell you, I'm pretty good at the game.
Are you now?
I'm pretty good at the game. I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty good.
Everyone's pretty good until they start playing the game, and other people start playing. Other people start playing the game, and then they get really good, and then you get put in your place. So enjoy it while
what happens is I'm good till I play online. Then it's like, oh yeah, all right, never mind. But no, so in all seriousness, no, I'm excited about playing this tonight on the game night because I am actually good at it. I think I'm going to win at least some.
Oh yeah.
So I'm a little bit excited. This is not like when we play Smash when I'm just terrible. I have a chance. Other than that, one of the big criticisms of this game, it seems, that I keep seeing is the lack of content.
Yes.
Now, so once you get through the story mode or whatever that is, all that's left are the modes. That's the golf. There's not a whole lot to do after that, which, I mean, it is a golf game, which is fine. But I'm saying, like, there's only 6 courses. There's only 6 in the whole game, which
is down from 8 from the previous golf game, from what I understand.
Which is down what?
Down from 8 from the previous game.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. No. The last game, from what I'm looking at here, the last game had 16.
I think I was watching Nintendo Life's review, and that may have been where I heard that. Maybe I heard incorrectly. But okay.
That's why even I brought this up. It looks like the last game had 16.
Okay.
And as far as characters, 20 characters in the last one. I don't know how many are in this one. I didn't actually get a count.
But the point is, I think you're trying to make is that there's a lack of content overall.
A lack of content compared to its previous installment, which is something that we are seeing Nintendo do.
It's a trend.
A whole lot.
It's a trend now. We have evidence.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of started. Where did it actually start? I don't want to forget anything, but I mean, it was kind of apparent in Mario Tennis Aces.
Right.
Which
did you play it? I did not play.
Okay, I got new information. The original game had 10 and DLC added 6.
Okay.
Still more.
Correct.
Still a lot more. So yeah, Mario Tennis Aces, it's got a little bit more content now, but it's just so weird that they're doing this now, because Nintendo they weren't this company. Like, the fact that they're giving it to you for free is, I guess, a little bit better, but let me just ask you this. What would you rather have? Would you rather pay $60 for a game and get, let's just say, Mario Golf as it is right now, with 6 courses, however many people are in the game. I don't know. I didn't count. With the promise of more to come later. More to come later. Or would you rather have all that in the game when you buy it for $60, and maybe you just need to progress in the game and unlock it? Like, which one would you rather have? Would you rather them support the game for a long time, over a year, maybe 2 years? 2 years is pretty much, that's pushing it. Maybe support the game over a year and just give you little drip-fed pieces of content, or do you just want it all? Unlock it yourself. What do you think?
The way that you just framed that question, I'll be honest, I might tend toward support over a long period of time. Let me explain.
You know what? It's really weird that you say that, because I kind of agree. I kind of agree to a certain point. I want to go ahead and explain, but I agree to a certain point.
To a certain point, because of course you want your game to have, lots of content from the start, and also you do want it to be supported for years down the road. Unfortunately, you don't always get both of those, and if you do, it's paid DLC. The fact that they're willing to give us free DLC for a period of time, which is undisclosed and unknown, is cool. I want to know when we're getting it, and I want to know what we're getting. Well, I don't necessarily want to know what we're getting. I think the surprise is fun, but I want to go, you know what, guys, you're getting 4 free DLCs in the next 3 years. And I would go, bet, game, cool.
Yeah, to know when is a big thing, and I think one needs to be very, very, very soon, like very soon.
Yeah, I mean, Monster Hunter gets, they're what, 17.947 BA for beta 2, and the game's been out for 3 months. So listen, that's support. You want to talk about Nintendo? You want to talk about supporting your games? That's support. Okay, whatever this is with Mario Golf, if we even get anything, that's not.
We will. They've already said it's coming. It's coming. They've already said it's coming.
Yeah. Okay.
They showed New Donk City as one of the things that it's not in the game. That's one of the ones that's coming. So that's cool.
But I think I've kind of said what I wanted to say about it. I really have much more to say. I want to hear what you have to say.
Okay, here's my issue with it. Here's my big issue. I like the whole idea of support over a long period of time. Now, I know you're going to disagree with me, but I'm going to bring up Animal Crossing in this sense, okay? Now, we're going to get into this a little bit later, but I just want to bring this up. When Animal Crossing was released, okay, even without the stuff that's still not in the game or things that they added along the way, even without that, Animal Crossing came as a complete game. If there was nothing else added to that game, it was still a lot of content, and it was still a whole lot of stuff happening. Like, once you were done, you can literally build anything. That, to me, them doing what they're doing with it is great. We'll get into that. I just wanted to use that as an example. Yeah. My problem
I don't necessarily disagree with you what you just said either.
Yeah, okay. So, my problem with the whole Mario Tennis Aces and Mario Golf, and, I mean, what's another one? Mario Party. Mario Party. I haven't even talked about Mario Party.
Yeah.
Mario Party.
And we don't need to we don't need to talk much about it, because Nintendo didn't talk much about it for 2.5 years.
Well, they still didn't do anything. They still didn't add anything to it. It came with what? 3 boards? Is it 3 boards or 4? It doesn't matter. Yeah. Not enough. Not enough of anything. The online was terrible. Then they just gave us online, what, a month ago, 2 months ago? And then they're like, oh, never mind. We got a new one anyway.
Yep. Whole new game.
What? I don't know, man. That it's like these games don't come to us as complete experiences. You know what I mean? They just drip feed the rest of the game. So to me, it's not really DLC the way that they're doing this. They're just holding back pieces of the game to keep people interested longer. That's all it is.
Nailed and I don't really like
I just don't really like this style. If you want to give us DLC, that's great. Give us DLC. I don't even care if we have to pay for it. Like, paid DLC is fine. But all this stuff that they're drip feeding in, this should be the first part. This should be the game. Not here's half the game, and then we'll give you the rest over the next year, but pay us $60 now. I think that's kind of bullshit, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, I'm fine with the drip feeding over the year, but I want a complete experience first. I want the whole game, then give me extra. Not hold it back and drip feed the rest. You know what I mean? I don't like that. I don't like that at all. And they've done that. They've done that with this game. Clearly, they're doing it. They did it with Aces. I thought that's what they were going to do with Mario Party, but they just didn't do anything. Yeah. They just were like, here's a bone online just to hold you over because we're just going to get you interested in this game again. We're going to throw you the bone of online to get you interested in Mario Party again for a month because we're going to announce a new one.
I don't mean to offend anybody here, but if you're buying the new Mario Party game, you are a sucker.
I'm buying it.
You're a sucker.
I'm buying it.
It's
got everything I wanted. It's got everything I wanted from the last one. Why wouldn't I buy it? I should have bought the first one.
Because you would not have bought this game if we didn't get online play, get that taste of blood in our mouth of how
I still would have.
Mario Party can be and how much it's fun to mess your friends over.
100% still would have bought it.
No, let me tell you why I wouldn't have bought it. Because Mario Party for me is just a game to play with friends. It's not a game for me to... It's not Breath of the Wild. I'm not going to binge it for hours and hours. It's just to play with my friends. And I don't think my friends are going to give a damn if it's the last version of Mario Party. And also it's most fun in person. It's fun as online multiplayer is with Mario Party. It's most fun by far in person.
It is.
It's like my friends aren't going to give a damn. It's gonna look exactly the same, just new maps, same characters, maybe a couple more. Who knows? I don't really care. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is my friends aren't gonna care. Not all my friends are Nintendo nerds like me, and even I'm a Nintendo nerd. However, I'm not that big of a nerd, and I'm definitely not a sucker, and I'm not getting suckered into because I just bought my Switch last year, and I bought Mario Party last year for $60. I'm a sucker. I paid it. It was a bad game. It was a good game. Good game of lacking features. I'm not buying another one. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, no, I understand. I get exactly where you're coming from. I feel like you might be a little hurt right here. A little hurt by Nintendo right here. I feel like maybe, which is fine. I get it. I know
Mario Party.
They're playing us.
But just Mario Party. Why do you need another one? You have one. It's perfectly fine. You're a streamer.
It's because that's what they do with Mario Party. That's what they do with Mario Party, man. Like they put out. The one they put on the 3DS, the last one they put on the 3DS wasn't even a Mario Party game. I'm pretty sure it was just like the best mini games of Mario. It was literally just the mini games.
Yeah.
That's what they do with this. But you can't blame it, man. It's a business. I get it. But like I said, my biggest problem with all of this is the fact that they call it DLC, but it's not DLC, and they say, oh, it's free DLC, like, oh, what a deal. No, they're just holding back half the game to give it to you later.
That's perfect segue. That is a perfect segue.
I mean, we don't need to go over it anymore. That's the problem I have with it. Give us a complete game.
Let's talk let's go back a little bit, and with a perfect segue, is a game that I know you love, and I played 270 hours of. That is, I mean, for most people that's like nothing, but for me that's no joke. Okay, that's my most played game of my life besides Rocket League. Okay, that is that, and I don't even play Rocket League anymore. I played all those hours a long time.
It's not true. We played the other night. It was a blast.
We did.
That basketball mode, man. Basketball mode. Oh, I like it.
Animal Crossing. We need to go over this. We need to go over this because.
Oh yeah, this is another one. But again, let me just say this one more time. I think at least they gave us a complete game with this. If there was nothing else, and I realize we're about to go over a bunch of stuff, and it's probably going to piss me off because I don't know what's on this list. but at least when that game came to us, it was a full experience.
Yeah.
And it was still endless. You know what I mean? You could literally go forever without updates and stuff being added in and more stuff being added in. But from what you have told me before we started this, there's a whole lot more that I don't even know about because
you didn't play the old games.
New Horizons is my first Animal Crossing game. So you have found a list of things from what game was it?
So this is not New Leaf, guys. I know 3DS Animal Crossing players played New Leaf. This is the game before. What was it? Wild Worlds, I believe. And that actually makes the point even more strong and better. So this is a list of 10 features that the New Leaf had that are still, a year after Horizons came out on the Switch, they're still missing from the game. This is not DLC of a game. This is not anything. This is like like you said, withholding features of the game and calling it free DLC later. Now, I don't know about you, it's already later for me. Okay, I played 270 hours and I'm bored. And it's later.
That's what I'm saying. And before you jump into this, that's one problem I've had with Animal Crossing lately is they hold stuff back too long. Like this stuff, like I know there's a hardcore Animal Crossing crowd out there, and that's fine. Because I mean, I love it. I do love it. I still go back to it. I just told you before we started this, I was, I go on there every once in a while still. I don't know, man.
Well, let's get into the list. So
they just hold it back too long.
Yeah. Number 10, and not all these matter, spoilers, not all these matter too much, but it's just proving the point that things are just missing, that the other game wasn't DLC, it just came with the game. And some of these games are less expensive than a Switch game costs now. But anyway, let's get to it. Number 10, Perfect Fruit. Now, I didn't play this game. I know Abby did. I was thinking about possibly having her on for this segment, but it was logistically too difficult. So number 10, Perfect Fruit. I can just kind of read this quick paragraph. As we all know, fruit can be very profitable in Animal Crossing series, especially if you want to sell fruit that isn't native to your island or town. However, older entries of the series had Perfect Fruit, which would sell for considerably more. Your native fruit trees were capable of producing perfect fruit that looked visibly different from the regular counterparts and would sell for quite a few bells. If you planted one of these perfect fruit trees, a tree would grow and will also produce more fruit. However, perfect fruit trees would eventually wither. Okay, so that's perfect fruit trees. It's just not in the game. It's gone. This is 2 versions of the game ago. It's not there. And it wasn't replaced. That's a key thing, because Abby had things. Hold on. So Abby had some things that were like, well, this is different from the old game, but it's there. It's like features are there, but different. That's not this. This just doesn't exist.
No, this is different. That's very different. Yeah. All right. What's the next one?
Characters. So just missing
characters.
Oh,
yeah. I mean, I know there's a ton of... We don't even need to go crazy with that. We know there's a ton. I mean, one is Brewster. Everybody wants Brewster.
Yeah, and that's coming up later. That's higher in the list. Specifically Brewster. But so gyroids. She told me this was huge. Gyroids.
I don't know a whole lot about what those are, but I know the only one we have right now is the one we pay when we're trying to put up a bridge or stairs.
Yeah. So I'm gonna read this because I just want to know.
It's pointless.
So gyroids have always been weird yet firm. Weird yet fun collectible part of the series, coming in an astounding number of varieties and appearing in different ways. Lloyd.
So wait, these are items?
These are items, dude. I'm gonna make this bigger for myself.
Well, see, the one in New Horizons is like a person or like a being. It does things.
So Lloyd, perhaps the most famous gyroid, is still present when the player constructs a bridge or an incline or takes donations. So the little guy, the little fire hydrant guy, he's still in the game. Yes. There's, if you can, video watchers, you can see.
Yeah, I can see it.
There's like tens of them, like a room filled of them, and they were all over the place in older games.
Man,
incredible. Number 7 is retail. Sorry, I said that weird. Retail and other stores. There are more stores. I mean, we don't think it's too deep on that.
That is something. My God, this game needs that so bad. That's kind of. It needs it bad. But that's the thing. Again, I feel like still later this year, that's some stuff we could see. But they've waited too long. Nintendo they have to change what they're doing right now. I don't think works right now the way they're doing it. I mean, it may work for them business wise. Not having to produce as much content. But when you talk about DLC, you want to know what real DLC is? You have to pay for it. But look at the Smash DLC. Like, that is DLC. Like, each one of those individual characters has so much time put into it.
Yeah.
So much time. And the price that they sell that one character for probably is a discount, honestly, considering how intricate every little move that those things, you know what I mean? Every character, every little move it makes, every little nuance of the way that you move it makes so much difference. And it's like, it's just absolutely insane that that is one type of, Nintendo DLC. And then we have another type. It's like, oh, here's just more stuff that we held back from the game. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead. What's the next one?
Number 6 is gems. So you get gold when you hit a rock, and I'm not going to read this. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. There was more gems. They're just not in the game. They're just not. They're not there. You don't get.
That would be hard to put in now, but I mean, yeah. So just more money, pretty much. Or you could probably
different kinds of currencies and gems.
Right, and you know what? Thinking about this now, there wasn't crafting in those games, was there? Think about how cool those would have. Think about how cool those would be now for crafting.
For
having
sure.
gems. You could make everything, like bling. Add a gem to it.
Yeah.
I know. Zelda items.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, Nintendo items in general. So,
yeah. Well, we got the Mario ones.
Yeah.
That's what makes me think the Zelda ones are coming.
I don't know when this article came out, but obviously we've gotten the Mario DLC since. But hello, Link is perfect. Link is a perfect little guy for Animal Crossing, and Wolf Link. Which he was. This is right. Wild World. Wolf Link was in New Leaf, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. And I think there was a Ganon pig and Epona was in the game as well.
Yep.
There was a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, crazy. Number 4 is a megaphone. I don't know what this is. I don't know if it's worthy. It's number 4 in the list. Clearly, people.
Yeah, okay, read it because I have no clue. No clue what that is.
Ever struggle with finding all 10 of your villagers each day? Oh, no.
Wait, it brings them to you?
Many people do, and it can be even more irritating when you realize they're somewhere like the museum or awkwardly behind a tree or a building. Finding your villagers to chat with a gift or item can be a headache. Megaphone would allow players to say the name of the villager in their 3DS microphone, with villagers responding with their location.
That is a nice little feature there, using the microphone.
Yeah, maybe this is also New Leaf. And
yeah, that would definitely be 3DS. That's crazy though.
Yeah. Number 3 is the biggest one that is a big old middle finger to every Nintendo fan who likes Animal Crossing New Horizons. And we got to swim. You like swimming? Well, how about, do you like mini games? Not swimming. A whole, not one, but multiple mini games. A tropical gateway setting series, New Horizons, keeps the player almost permanently on a tropical island. Am I reading the right thing here? Whatever, let's move on to this paragraph. On this island, you could go, okay, I'm sorry. You go to an island, and on this island, players could catch distinct bugs and fish as well as participate in different minigames. These minigames are notably absent from New Horizons, possibly because of Tomateer. Okay, whatever. I think what the big one to take away here is that I think that actually does exist in the current games, actually. Reading that over again. That's like the events. Bug events, fishing events, that kind of stuff.
Right, but
you could do this anytime.
Do you realize just saying mini games? Mm-hmm. There's so many things. What's the one? The Mayday thing. It's like a giant maze. You go to a different island, and it's a sweet maze. We built one. Remember? I built one on my island for the Halloween party last year. Yeah. It took forever. That took forever to make.
What if it was built in the game?
It wasn't even that good. It could have been way better after I looked into it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Could have been way better. But the point is, think about if they actually did add mini games to that. How cool would that be? If I had actual games set up all over the island that everybody could go do. That would be so much fun.
They could have built off this idea of mini games that they had early on and introduced nothing and
exactly
more.
Ones you could actually have built in an area on your island.
Progress your game. Nintendo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and they do. I'm not going to sit here and say Nintendo doesn't move their games forward because they do.
I agree.
Man,
I'm angry right now.
They're missing that's a big one, dude. That's a really big one.
Yeah. That's my number 1 in my opinion. So the next 2, fruits. So just more fruits. More different fruits.
I knew there were different fruits. I did know that.
So basically what we're taking away with this
What is that? It's blurry on my screen. I see lemons. What are the other ones?
Looks like durian. Apples, oranges, pears, peach, cherries, coconuts. Wait.
That's what we have.
Yeah, but here we go. Permit lemons, durian. Yeah, that's a durian fruit.
Okay.
Lychee, Lychees.
I know what you're trying to say, and I'm not going to try to say it.
Mangoes and bananas. Those were all other fruits that are not.
I mean, that would be nice. Would be nice.
Just not there.
I do want to mention we have a suggestion in chat. They should add weapons.
Yeah, so I can kill myself because I'm so frustrated with the game. Can I drown myself, Nintendo? Would you let me drown myself? And actually, would you let me drown myself?
Is Brewster number 1?
Let me drown myself in coffee, Nintendo, because I can't. Cafe
can't
and
do
Brewster.
That either.
Cafe and Brewster is number 1. We kind of touched on Brewster. He's good.
And I can't even act like I'm like wanting that very bad because I'm you can't really want something back that you've never had. I don't know what that's like.
Which is why we're all suckers.
As much as I hear about it, as much as I hear about how awesome it was, I want to go back. This was New Leaf, right?
I think
this had to be New Leaf.
Yeah.
I'd like to go play New Leaf just to see what I was missing.
Yeah. And I want one honorary mention that I mentioned to you before the stream started. Abby let me know this. Celeste, who's in the game, she had her own observatory. And in this observatory, like in the museum, you go to the museum, you can talk to Celeste in her own room. And in this observatory, let me just go to full screen. You could create your own star constellations in your sky. You can make your
there
own
all the time,
and they're there all the time, and you can change them.
I mean, that's pretty cool. that's actually really cool. They let us make our own fireworks.
Boo. Boo.
I like that. I thought that was really cool. That I could set the fireworks that were going off. I had a bunch of Zelda ones. I had like Triforce, and I had like a Super Nintendo Link from Link to the Past as well. Yeah. It was cool. I had really cool fireworks.
But how about all the time you look up and you see Link all the time?
Just as a constellation. In the sky.
The Master Sword in the sky.
Dude, oh my gosh. Yes, a Master Sword in the sky, like pointing down to oh, dude, that'd be so cool. That'd be so freaking cool.
It was in the game, and Nintendo went, cut, see you later.
Now, okay, we've gone over all this stuff about all this Nintendo. I think we can agree now, they're making these games, and they're cutting the tail off and holding the tail back. Like, we'll give you the rest of the rat later on. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You buy this part now, you get the rest later.
There's no guarantee we're going to get half of this stuff, though. That's the thing. It's already year after.
No. That's what Animal Crossing, a lot of that stuff, the ship has sailed. I guarantee you probably won't see a lot of that stuff, I would imagine. But, now, Mario Golf, that's what's kind of funny about it. You look at this game now, if you didn't buy this game today, and you bought this game, let's say next year, it's probably a completely different game.
Yeah.
A completely different game.
Yeah.
A huge game. But, I don't know. I mean, then we come back to the kind of the thing I said earlier. It's not like they're not giving us the full experience, because they will eventually, right? Like, Aces now has a good bit of content. It started out with not a lot of content. They've added characters. They've added a lot of different stuff. Yeah. I think they even added different modes. But I mean, I don't know. To me, it's like, give us all that. And even if it's paid, give us all that at once, and then give us more. If you want to keep us interested in it, you can probably just give us the whole game for $60, like you should be. And then charge us more for the stuff that your teams are making.
Yeah. Just
charge us money for it. It's fine. Everybody else does. Just charge us. It's not a big deal. I want the full game. I'm fine with extra stuff. If you want to say, oh, here's Link and Hyrule Castle golf course and a special set of clubs and this and that, and it's, $9.99 or whatever.
Yeah.
Take my money. Like, take my money.
I just thought of this. What if we get Breath of the Wild 2 next year, whatever it's called, and we like, let's just say they remove a not necessarily core game action, but like
I don't think they'll go there with that. I do not think they will go there.
It's
with that.
not under the
oh
realm
my God.
of
it's
not
no,
impossible.
you're right.
It's not impossible.
That's not impossible. You're right. I don't think they'll do that. No. I mean,
who knows? We don't know.
What makes me pause is the fact that fast travel is tied up in a $25 amiibo for Skyward Sword. So I pause, but yeah, I don't know, man. I don't think they do that. I do not see them doing it with something like that. But it's all these other games. You know what I can see them doing it with? You know what I can see them doing it with? Mario Kart 9.
What would they take away?
I don't know. But I can tell you this. There weren't a ton of people pumped for Mario Golf, but those people who were pumped and then were upset with this, if you do this same thing to as many people who would be going crazy about Mario Kart 9, dude, that would be a big thing.
The highest selling racing game of all time is Mario Kart 8.
Yes.
And that is how many people are going to piss off if you take stuff away from them that you've already given them.
Yeah, so then let's say the next Mario Kart, I mean, my God, how many courses are in Mario Kart right now?
Oh, a lot.
Yeah, okay. So let's say we get the next Mario Kart and there's 8 racers and 10 courses with more promise to come later down the road. How's that going to fly?
No.
Hell no. Absolutely not. I think at this point they're stuck with the next Mario Kart being Smash level at this point. I think it's Smash level or bust at this point because there's no point in doing it. Mario Kart 8's great. It doesn't need anything else. It needs to be completely revamped into a bigger, better idea at this point. They've taken it to its finest level, clearly.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see with that. I hope, really, really hope that's not the case. I hope it's more like Smash and not like these other ones, but I don't know. As far as this subject, that's really all I have to say about it. Do you have anything else you'd like to add?
No, I think we kind of covered everything we had. We skipped a few things, but I mean, I think the podcast has run its course.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah,
we're way over this. I think this might be our longest one yet.
I haven't looked at the time yet. We'll see. But anyway, we'll just go ahead. Let's get to the ending now. People. So yeah, well guys, that's going to wrap up today's podcast. For those of you in the stream, we are not done. Stick around and we will get to your super chats, even though today there's no super chats, but we'll get to all that good stuff in just a second. All of your questions we'll get to in a second. For those of you listening, we're going to go ahead and wrap up the podcast. Do not forget to follow the Drip Geeb YouTube channel, over on youtube.com/Drip Geeb. And make sure to tune in every Friday at 9:30 Eastern on Drip Media Gaming's youtube.com/Drip Media Gaming, 9:30 Eastern every Friday to check out these podcasts recorded live if you like that. You can also check out the Drip's Twitch. Just search Drip Media and Uncle Geeb's Twitch, my Twitch, at twitch.tv/Uncle Geeb. Patrons and members of Drip and mine, thank you so much. We appreciate you guys so much. We could not do this without you guys. We couldn't get all these games on release day as we do without you guys. So we appreciate you guys for sure. And that's going to wrap up today's podcast. We will catch you guys in the next one.
Later.